on to today's final story. A massive shakeup is brewing in the Philippines as the government warns that the big fish in the billion-dollar flood control corruption network, including sitting senators and members of Congress, will be arrested within next 5 weeks. The Philippines, a nation of more than 7,600 islands, has been left vulnerable after years of alleged mismanagement flood control funds. Earlier this month, more than 250 people were killed when 2 super typhoons struck just a week apart. Consequently, the archipelago nation is witnessing one of its most aggressive crackdowns on public corruption in years, as authorities race to round up the remaining fugitives in the billion-dollar flood control scandal. In October, the president created a special commission to dig deep into the alleged fraud. According to the Department of Finance, the country may have lost as much as $2 billion due to the flood control scandal in question. This week, police reported that one suspect was arrested inside the home of a vice mayor, and that several people who helped conceal the suspect may face obstruction charges. Then on Monday, President Ferdinand Marcos Jr. had informed that several suspects have been detained in the corruption scandal, while others are being sought. Listen in.
7 individuals with warrants of arrest from the graft court connected to the flood control anomalies are already in the custody of the authorities. 1 was arrested by the National Bureau of Investigation, and 6 voluntarily surrendered to Criminal Investigation and Detection Group. There are 2 accused who have already expressed their intention to surrender and will obey the Philippine National Police.
The government has confirmed that the country is now entering what he calls the critical phase of the manhunt. Some of the remaining fugitives have fled to countries such as Qatar and the United States. But the government warned that they will not be able to evade the law. Marcos also issued a clear message to fugitives still in hiding.
My advice to the remaining suspects is for all of you to surrender. Don't wait to be pursued. It would be better for your situation if you surrender, so you can respond to the allegations brought against you.
These individuals have until tomorrow to present themselves at the nearest Philippine embassy. Investigators have their passport details and are tracking movements across several regions. However, the most difficult pursuit, he admitted, has been that of an alleged mastermind named Zaldico, who holds multiple passports and has been spotted traveling across Europe, Asia, and the United States. Meanwhile, the Philippines Bureau of Jail Management has announced that all detainees connected to the case will be treated like any other inmate. No special meals, no exclusive privileges, no separate facilities. The detainees will face charges of plunder, indirect bribery, and multiple violations of anti-graft laws before several divisions of the Office of the Ombudsman. Earlier this month, Philippines erupted into one of the largest street demonstrations in years. More than 500,000 Filipinos poured into the streets of Manila, demanding answers and accountability over the flood control corruption scandal. The scandal has not only ignited public outrage, it has supercharged calls for President Marcos's resignation. The country now awaits what could be the most high-profile arrests related to corruption in years, with top political figures possibly handcuffed by year's end.
They promised glory. They delivered fear. They shaped nations. They scarred generations. From brutal purges to propaganda machines, from stolen power to violent falls from the throne. Welcome to The Dictator, a series that strips away the myth and then exposes the men behind the tyranny. History remembers their power. Firstpost reveals their truth.